What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dazja Jordan for those of you that are new, and for my returning kin folks, what's up? Guys, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button before we get too deep into this makeup tutorial. Now let's go ahead and get started. Now you guys know I like to start off by applying my primer, and today we are using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Y'all know this is my go-to. It's affordable. You can get it from your CVS to your Walmart to your Target, okay? So go ahead and go and get it. Best pennies you'll ever spend, okay? Next, I like to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 340 Cappuccino. Of course, I will leave everything in the description box down below so that you guys can know what products I'm using, what shades, and everything like that. But I like to take my foundation and just spread it all over my face. Now we are going to go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I know I'm not old. I know, but this concealer is so bomb, okay? Especially at the price that it is at. It is amazing. So I would get it. I'll get it 1,000 times over, okay? But anyways, you guys, I am using the shade 145 Golden, and I'm just applying that underneath my eye, the bridge of my nose, forehead, cupid's bow, and of course my chin, you guys. I love me a good lighter concealer. I do need to get me a darker one for the winter, but for right now, this would do. After applying my concealer, before we blend it out, I like to go in with my Revolution Beauty setting spray, and I like to spray the face down, let it dry down a little bit, and then I go in and blend. This will help with just the longevity of my makeup. When I put my makeup on, I typically wear it all day. Living in Atlanta, of course, it gets hot, really hot, so it just makes so much sense to make sure you are spraying down and setting your face at least 1,000 times, because it helps, okay? And it keeps the makeup looking flawless, I promise, and staying in its place. So yeah. Now I do like to use a brush to blend out my concealer, and I do that because I feel like it's more controllable, and on top of that, the finish is a bit more flawless than what it is when I use a beauty blender. For some reason, when I use a beauty blender, I can kind of see the pattern of the beauty blender and where I was blending. So I don't know if I'm like not using it right, or if I'm just, you know, really into using the brush. But the brush works for me. So if you are not using a brush to blend out your makeup, I highly recommend it, especially if you want a flawless base foundation. Like, the brush is always gonna get it, okay? So yeah, that's what we are doing. And as you guys can tell, I am using tapping motions. You don't see me swiping or anything like that. We're gonna tap, 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 dab, 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 so that everything looks nice, pressed, and seamless on the face, okay? Now, after blending out my concealer, I like to go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting powder in the shade Banana. You guys, I've had this setting powder for ages. I typically use my one size setting powder, but I figured it's time for me to go ahead and give that a break a little bit and go in with something that is a little bit more affordable for my budget friendly girlies, okay? Or for my makeup beginners. If you are new with makeup, that would be a good setting powder to get. As you guys can see, it blends out very nicely, or it sets the face very nicely. It's not heavy or anything like that, and it's easy to apply to the face. There's not a whole lot of leave out or fallout out of the brush. And I did take the brush that I blended out my concealer with and just used it to also put on my setting powder. So yeah, y'all. And then I did have to do like a little bit of swiping motions because I did use too much. So whenever you use too much, just go ahead and, you know, swipe a little bit. Just try to, you know, dust it off as best as you can. Now you guys know I like to go with my Fenty Beauty bronzer, but this time around we are using the ColourPop bronzer. I can't remember the exact shade, but I will have it in the description box down below. Now you guys don't have to apply bronzer everywhere that I'm applying it, but I like to apply bronzer to my nose because I love a good contour. Okay, I love it. I don't really have like a huge bridge or anything like that, so I like to add definition. So when you're adding bronzer or contouring, it's really just to add dimension and the curves back into your face and stuff like that, and to just warm it up, which is what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of like doing like a round robin and really just contouring everything that I feel needs to be a little bit more, not necessarily enhanced, but a little bit more what is the word that I'm looking for? Shoot, I don't even know, but I just like everything to just give that pop. You know, if I'm gonna wear makeup, I'm gonna wear makeup and I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna do the contouring, concealer, everything. So yeah, that's what we got going on right here. Now after doing our contouring, I do like to spray down the face one more time, and I typically let it air dry, but you guys know I do not know what I was doing with my hands. Okay, nothing was drying, but let everything dry down after you spray your face with setting spray. Period, point blank. That's going to be the highest recommendation for a flawless look. But anyways, you guys, now we are getting ready to go in with our eyeshadow and to prep my eyes just so that we have a clean base. I am going back in with that same Maybelline concealer that I was using, and we are just going to pop that onto our eyelids and then use a brush to blend it out, not messing up any of the other work that we've done. Now for the eyeshadow, we are going to go in with the Juvia's Place, the Choclates palette, and we are going to start with the brown, not the deepest brown, but the second to deepest brown, and we are just going to pop that into our crease line and kind of like just blend it up towards our brow bone just a little bit. Now I notice on social media when I post my shorts, you guys really go crazy for how I blend. My trick to blending eyeshadow is to just really take your time and blend it out. Blend everything out until you are fully satisfied, and you want to first tap and pack the product in, the eyeshadow in, and then you want to use a windshield wiper motions and blend it out, and just blend until it looks seamless and flawless, like how you like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. Just take your time and a blend, and I promise you your eyeshadow is going to come out flawless. I promise. So after applying that brown, we are going to go in with a deeper brown. I think it's the deepest brown in the palette, and we are going to pop that into our crease line only. We are not going to blend it up into the brow bone. We're not going to do any of that. So we want to use a smaller brush and just keep it right in that crease line so that it's just giving a little bit more dimension right there in that crease. And yeah, again, you're just going to tap that product in, and then we're going to go in and use windshield wiper motions, and that should do it. My advice is going to always be to blend until you feel like it looks good, until you feel like it's seamless. You know what I'm saying? So that's all you have to do, and that's all that I am doing. I am just blending until I'm like, okay, I like the way those colors mush together. All right. Now we are doing a cut crease, and the way that you do a cut crease is you want to go back in with that concealer, because you can't put a lighter color on top of darker color. But I am just going to add a little bit of concealer to the middle of my eyelid, and then I'm going to spread it across, carving out my eyelid. But I'm not going to be messing up any of the other colors that I have already stacked on my eyelid. So yeah, once I do that, I just take my time and I carve everything out, almost kind of like carving a pumpkin or drawing. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but y'all, this is how it's done, okay? I mean, y'all let me know in the comments down below if y'all feel what I'm saying, if you can't understand what I'm saying. I'm trying my best to explain it to you guys. But yeah, this is as good as it's gonna get. Now, after applying the concealer, I did let it dry down a little bit. I didn't show you guys, but I let it dry down a little bit, and then I went in with the nude shade that is in this Juvia's Chocolates palette, and that is the shade that I am applying to my eyelid. Now it is kind of the same shade as the concealer that I used, so you guys can probably not see it very well but it's on there. If you can look a little close, you know, zoom in on the TV or your phone, wherever you're watching, okay, and you guys can see that the nude color is definitely the same shade as my concealer, but you can tell that it has that it's on my lid. Okay, it's there, y'all see it. But I love this nude color. Like, it's literally one of my go-to shades. It is thebomb.com, I promise you guys it is. Now, after we are done applying the nude shade to our eyelid, I went back in with that brown that we used, that very first brown that we used, and I just added it to the outer corners of my eyelids, just so that I can kind of start pulling this entire look together. I am a sucker for browns, especially light browns, and this right here is doing it. And all I'm doing is I'm just taking the product, I'm taking the brush and I'm dipping it into the eyeshadow, and then I am packing it on tapping motions, and then I'm going to go ahead and start blending outward. Not too much, because you don't want it to go past your eyelid, but just enough so that everything looks put together and seamless and like it's supposed to look. So as you guys can see, like I'm doing on the other eye, I am tapping, and then I am blending out with my brush, and I'm not going back in with a whole lot of product or any product at all when I'm blending. So yeah, I really hope y'all getting it. So for eyeliner, I have been using my Neutrogena dark brown eyeliner. I like it because it is not harsh like black is. When you put black underneath your or in your waterline, it can look very, very, very harsh, and sometimes make a look darker or even close up your eye, especially if you have small oval eyes like I do. But yeah, the brown eyeliner it does it for me. Like, it really, really does it for me. So yeah, if I were you, I would start using brown, because it is literally the shade. It's the shade to use. Now, I am going in with some liquid eyeliner by e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I am just doing a very small wing. I'm not going across the entire eyelid. I am just doing a small wing on my outer lid, on my outer corner lid, and yeah, that's it pretty much. Now, y'all know I am not a pro at applying eyeliner, liquid eyeliner at that, so bear with me as we put it on. But I wanted to show you guys just how much I'm using and where I'm placing it, especially before we go ahead and put our lashes on. But before we put our lashes on, before we get to that, we want to go in with our Great Lash Mascara by Maybelline, and we are going to apply that to our top lashes, just so that when we do apply our falsies, it gives it something to sit on top of, and it keeps from having your top and your bottom lashes stick together. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and add the mascara. Now, I do add mascara to the bottom lashes as well. However, I want to wait until I add more eyeshadow, because we are going to go back in with that dark brown, because I just feel like in order to bring a look fully together, it needs to have eyeshadow on top and on the bottom. Like, if you know, you know. But to add the eyeshadow to the bottom, I am just using that same brush that I use to blend out my eyeshadow on my lid, and I am using that dark brown, or not the dark brown, but the lighter brown, that first shade that we use, and I'm dabbing it underneath, and then I'm going through and I'm blending. But use a small brush. I mean, everybody's eyelids are different sizes, so when you are using a brush to do your eyeshadow or anything like that, use a brush that fits your eye. You don't have to use a brush as small as I use, or a big brush like some other people use. Just use whatever is going to fit your eye. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to give you the best payout when it comes to your eyeshadow and everything like that. But after we add our eyeshadow to our bottom lash or lash line, we are going to go back in with that mascara and add mascara down at the bottom, because we need those lashes to be looking like chef's kiss. Okay, now after we have pulled together the entire eye with the eyeshadow and the lash and all that good stuff, I like to go in with my Laura Gellar Blush and Brighten blush and just add that to the apples of my cheeks. I like to use it as a highlighter as well, just because it's a great color. It's not too much. It's like, it's perfect. I love it. So yeah, I actually got this in a BoxyCharm like some years ago, so I've literally been using this for a minute. So yeah. Now for blush, we are going to go in with the Sephora Duo Blush in the shade Tiger Lily. You guys, I've literally had this blush for years, and a little bit goes a long way. If you've been watching my tutorials, if you're an OG watcher, you guys know this right here has been my go-to for the longest, and I haven't put it down yet. I haven't even been inclined to buy another blush. So if you can, head over to my LTK, and I actually have the list of products that I'm using on there, so that it's easy for you to access and purchase. So yeah, I will leave the link to my LTK down in the bottom. But I am going to go in with the same eyeliner that I used on my eyes, the brown eyeliner, and I'm just using that to line my lips, because your girl never seems to have a brown lip liner. I really need to invest, but this right here, it does it for me. I love a one product that I can use multiple times in multiple areas, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is it. And for the lipstick, we are going to be sticking with the Sephora brand products for a little minute, and I have been using their lip stain. I can't remember the shade off the top of my head, so that will be in the description box down below as well. But y'all, it's the nude for me. Okay, it is the nude lip stain for me that just does it. But you guys, now that the look is finished, we want to make sure everything is setting and sitting right, so we will go ahead and spray it one last time. And y'all, this is the look. All right, I really hope that y'all have enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Also give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what y'all think about this look in the comments down below, and what other looks you guys want to see on my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Until next time, may peace and love be multiplied. Peace.
Like that, you know, but I'm the one that eats your pain. I know.